Well lads, today is the first day of prep, so I'm not even sure I'm going to be training today because my temperature is 38 degrees. I know if you're American watching that, you might not have a clue what that is because you're doing it in Fahrenheit, but I am feeling kind of shitty, so I doubt I'm going to train. Nonetheless though, I will be eating the 2.5k calories and sticking to the meal plan that I meant to anyway. And so my day today, I'll take you through a bit of my day, probably just consists of showing you the meals I'll be eating throughout prep. Obviously, there'll be adjustments, carb ups, less water. If I need to take more weight off, if I'm losing the weight enough, I can up some fats or something. Obviously, stuff will change, but this can be kind of like the base. 4 meals that I'm kind of leaning off of further through prep. So, first, anyway, yeah, so today I'll pretty much be doing meals, steps. I might bring you to the sauna with me, so I'm gonna go to the sauna in town, so that's about a 20-minute drive, and then I'll do a bit of cardio, a bit of steps, because I'm not for the gym today. Look, 2 rest days in a row isn't ideal, but especially for the start of prep now today, when I'm not used to this many calories, it's lower than normal. I need to make sure that I actually recover properly, so I'm able to train tomorrow. And my gym's closed on Monday, but they're getting about like 15 new machines. I think they're Panada, maybe one of them's Arsenal Strength, Carrion or something, but that'll be cool anyway. I'll show you them. I don't know how many of them I'll actually be using through prep, because I'm going to try and stick to the exercise I'm already doing, if you get me. Because switching up to new exercises just at the start of prep, you're just asking to lose muscle, so I think I'll use the wide grip pull down that you see maybe Trell Bankston using in the videos. The wide grip pull down, like plate load machine with the stuff above your knees. But yeah, that's about it. So I'll show you my first meal there. So sorry for the sniffling, you can probably hear them a bit sick. Let me just put this on. So meal 1 is basically just 70 grams of cream and rice, scoop protein, and dark chocolate. That's on 0 there. Sorry, now probably hard trying to film load this. Let me see. Get a good old scoop there and see how many this is. Register, please. Alright, that's 42, 52. Come on, 56, 52, 65, 67. Alright, 68, so we need 2 more grams. Promise you I do not have an eating disorder. I just need to be very accurate with this stuff. Ah, come on. Ah, look, that's fucking good enough. Can't be arsed. Pour 1 more gram. So, 69 grams of cream of rice, and now, Jesus, get a good scoop of protein. Alright, so that's about, so we need to get it up to, what? Yeah, that's 91, so we need 10 more grams. Oh, that's too much now. So, yeah, that'll do. Definitely taking up some of that cream of rice with it. And voila, we've got roughly, well, 105, slightly over, but look, this early into prep, we won't judge that. It's more, so I'm going to have to create a posing routine. I'm going to try and get my parents to help me sign up to muscle contest there, the bodybuilding show actually over the coming days, because it's quite confusing. But I might try and show you the first bits to my posing routine that I'm trying to figure out as well. Saw a guy, and I'm not going to copy his, but he like fits the 6 mandatory poses in like really like aesthetically, like classic wise, in the first 30 seconds, and then I'm able to go down onto the ground and do some ground poses that I've seen another guy do, and some of them are like the archer, like, and just, I don't know how to describe it, like abs and thighs, but you're like really close to, anyway. I think once I have a pose routine down and my posing is actually a lot better, it will look pretty sick, I'd hope. Alright, so that's mixed in enough there. So what we do anyway first, so I'm going to add roughly, so we're going to check, see how much that weighs. Once it reaches yeah, alright, that's perfect. So this is the consistency that I go for roughly. Slightly waterier than I hoped, but it will come together pretty nicely now in a second. You just need to get all the bits and bobs out. So look, really watery at the start, but obviously there's loads of bits that are just missing, that haven't stirred in properly around it. The only thing with cream rice I don't like is some you can see little granules. Some granules cook faster than the others. Sometimes you can have big lumps of rice granules, which, you know, isn't the nicest, but you get over it, you get over that. So I'm probably been waffling on about cream and rice meal for like 3 minutes now. And then next, what we have, some chocolate. You should rate the South Park pajamas actually. If I can Carmen and Kenny my feet, Stan and Kyle on the other. Look, not bad, eh? Anyway, enough about the pajamas. So I'm not going to do this aesthetically like a Bior, like a girl. I'm just going to chuck into chocolate because I've spent enough time out of my morning making this, and I want to watch South Park. And look, if that doesn't look aesthetic, I don't know what does. Ooh, you heard that? Oh, Christ. Let me give it a mix, because I'd say it's kind of half melted. And then the colour completely changes, but that's normal. I think there's a tiny bit of nut in them as well, so that'd be nice. There you go. Yeah, so that's basically meal one anyway. It looks stupendous. Looks unbelievable, but it just tastes decent, to be honest. Like something that's high protein and carb with low fat straight in the morning. That brown is never going to taste the best, I can't lie. So, yeah, this is pretty much the final product. This is one of my 4 meals. So basically, next meal, I'll show you that. I normally go training. If I do go training tonight, if I go to the gym, I'll bring you along with me, but I'll show you a bit of the online coaching anyway. Show you a bit of the steps later. So that's about it for the morning. Alright, so actually fuck, the physique's looking good there. But do got half an hour of my steps done there. I need to do another half an hour. So I have a cold, but I feel a bit better now. So what I'm gonna do is shower. I need to rewatch a college lecture, like 2 of them, because I skipped a few on Friday and Thursday, so I need to rewatch them. Then, so after I'm done online coaching and rewatching the lectures, I'm gonna probably have meal 2 while doing them. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, and after I come back, it'll probably be like 5 o'clock. So I'll show you then what meal 3 is looking like. Finish the steps up. Probably watch more South Park and relax, to be honest. And then before I go to bed, I'll probably try to get to bed early, get in a good routine for prep. I'll show you my meal 4, which is like kind of a low calorie Greek yogurt bowl anyway, that I've been eating for months anyway, off prep. Low calorie, high protein, decent enough carb from like frozen fruit and stuff in it, bit of honey. It's actually nice. I'll be able to stick to it. So yeah, so I'll be showing you pretty much coaching, lectures, kind of stuff that I normally do anyway. Steps. I'll probably film my workout, I reckon, in the gym later. So this video might be a long one from showing all my meals, my cardio, my training, a bit of my online coaching. Yeah, it's probably a long enough video, but look, it's day 1 of prep. So if people are actually interested, they might want to watch a long video. I'm sorry if people who aren't. I might like put the little bullet points at the kind of like bottom along here to say steps, online coaching, all that kind of stuff, so you can just skip a load of stuff if your attention span is rotten. But that's something that'll happen in the shower there, and I'll show you a bit of the coaching and lectures I'll watch then, gym, and then I'll show you the end of my meals anyway. Well, sorry for the voice now, because I have a cold in my throat, but it's like 10:30, so we'll be going to bed soon. Just getting, what can you see, but let me turn the camera. Just getting my final bits of steps done here before we go to bed. So I'm pretty sure I showed you all 4 meals. It was cream of rice, meal 1, the whey protein, then chicken and rice, then I had lean beef mince and rice, and then Greek yogurt bowl. So I'm having white rice twice a day because you're obviously going to be keeping carbs high enough at the start of prep. Obviously once that goes on, you might change out to brown rice, then you might change out to potatoes, then you might get rid of the rice and put in veg instead, but that's where I stick to for now. Obviously today's a rest day. We train tomorrow on Monday, and then on Tuesday my gym is getting a load of new machines, so that'd be cool. But look, yeah, day 1 of prep ticked off. Basically, better go to bed. I'll probably purchase, I don't know if any use the Trained by JP, like sleeping supplements. I might buy them for prep, especially later in prep when you find it hard to sleep because you're hungry, you're kind of brain fog, whatever. But yeah, that's about it. So cardio done. I think I was meant to drink 5 liters of water, I only drank 4.5, but I'm cutting off water now because I'm not used to, well, probably have a bit after treadmill, but I'm not used to drinking this much. I don't want to be up pissing in the middle of the night because I'll be up during the night enough as it is. So in future at least I'll know. It's all a learning experience the first week anyway, to cut off water earlier before bed. But yeah, that's about it. I showed you my meals, my cardio. I'm training tomorrow. Pretty much day 1 prep done. Obviously shouldn't be feeling too bad hungry wise or anything for the next 2 weeks. Kind of first bit of prep's the easiest, like, you know, the fat kind of rolls away quite easily because you're carrying enough of it already. You haven't been in a deficit for that long, so you're not really craving stuff. And obviously the further you dig in, the lower calories on, the longer you've been without sugary foods, so it gets harder. But look, well, that's to look forward to anyway. But yeah, day 1 of prep done. So if you stay to the end or skip forward, either way, appreciate you click on the YouTube video. So yeah, that's about it.